Hi, this is Wolderan and welcome back to our new game from No Man's Sky. I was going to create the terrain manipulator and that's what we are working on. I'm scanning a lot of things when I run around because first of all you know what you have around, and second of all it gives some coins every time you scan something you haven't seen before. And here is a cluster of sodium, so that I will pick up and collect that, because that will be useful at some point when I need to restore my shields in my exosuit. When you do a lot of scanning, you will also get a lot of information about the planet you're on. So it is a very, very important tool as you explore worlds. It picks up, there is a sentinel to see where our spacecraft is, and I find something here which I didn't expect to find just after starting a new game. It's a unknown grave. Sounds a little bit sinister, but there's a good reason. They are spread out over the galaxy, and I will recommend always investigate them when you come across them. However, it's sidetracking me from what I'm doing, finding materials for the terrain manipulator, but that doesn't run anywhere, so let's keep scanning and see what we actually come across. I know I mentioned it before, but hazardous plants always hold oxygen. Oxygen is very important in our day-to-day life in the galaxy as well. See all these squares with symbols, hover over them and they will tell you what it actually is. There is houses, drops, different deposits of material that you might or might not need. So it's on the other side of the mountain, I think, so it's easier just to take the spacecraft across. I must admit I'm very good at getting sidetracked in this game. So I'm going for the grave and I see some animals I haven't scanned, so that is what I'm going to do. If you scan all animals, life forms on a planet, you get a bonus from in nanites, which will give quite a bit when there's many animals, so that's important to do that. So checking what I need to create the terrain manipulator. I need some dihydrogen to actually create the gel pad, so we need to find that. If you remember, it's blue crystals like those I'm looking at here, but not those. I sometimes find it fascinating the life forms there is on the planets, what they're doing. It's brilliant. I noticed there is some food stuff up here, jade peas. They give you some bonuses when you eat them, but it's sometimes better actually to save them until you start cooking. That will be out in the future at some point. And just next to where I am is the blue crystals with dihydrogen as I need it. So sometimes when you mine them, you will get crystals which you investigate, and then you get more of the kind of things you already was harvesting.
Product constructed.
Whenever you get the blueprint for something, it will appear in the lists under the things where it can be used.
Technology installed.
If you have noticed, I have limited slots to actually put things in. That's always a problem from the beginning. But as we come out in the galaxy, I will show you how you get more slots, better weapons, better tools. The only thing which we are not improving is the exosuit. That sticks with us, but we can put better and better things on, so we are kind of better suited. You get a little bit of a story from the dead interloper, which is in the grave, or the fallen traveler, and there it tells you to extract a clip, and please do so, because you will need them. You need to collect 16 of them, so that's some you don't want to say no to when they appear for you.
Toxic protection falling. Technology recharge.
Make sure your protection is always topped up, because suddenly, if you don't notice it, it will start costing you health, and if you still ignore it, you will die. It's not like you die, but you risk losing some of your stuff.
Toxic
When you
protection.
die, you have to go back and pick up your body, and I'm not 100% sure you get everything back. It's only when you play on permadeath level, then your entire save game dies with you and your gun gone. So I'm going to get the copper here because in order to build the base computer I need chromatic metal, and chromatic metal is made by one of 4 types of deposit, either copper, emerald, cadmium or iridium, and each of them comes only on planets in a sun of that color. So copper, which is yellow, comes in a solar system where the sun is yellow, and that's something you can travel to from the beginning, but to get to the other ones you need drives which can take you to those kind of sun colors of the sun system. Again, I'm going to show you eventually how that is done. So you can call your spacecraft, however you need to have your launch thrusters filled up, and I didn't have that, so I'll have to take the long walk back to it. It's a good idea in hostile environments. Make sure before you leave your spacecraft that it is filled up so you can call it whenever you like. I notice here that there is a camp. There's actually someone walking around. I also saw that there is technology. So pick them up, you will need them to buy blueprints for certain things. Whenever you come to a camp or building and there is one of these, save and chart it, because again, when you upload the information of you have found it, you get nanites. I also got some navigational, it is useful later as well. Sometimes when you meet someone, if the E is not accessible, you have to run around a little bit to catch that. That's just how it is. Oh, he's nice. He gives me a recharge of my shield. That's not bad. Everything which is free is good. So, back to our spacecraft.
Toxic protection.
Another thing which is useful is these white crates. They always contain health resets or add to your health pool. And if you are running low and find one of these, they are Very, very helpful. I normally try not to get into a situation where I would need them, because then it could be too late. See, my exosuit is getting filled up. Don't have that many slots at this point. So I think this might be a useful place to start stopping for today. Next point is to create the base computer. But before I do that, I want to find a relatively flat piece of land, because that's easier to start building. So you don't have to flatten out the ground. The terrain manipulator can do some of this for you. It has different things which it can be set to, and I'll look into that and show you later. But just for now, I'm not going to use a base on this planet overly much, but the game is bringing you to that point where you start building a base. You really want to find a good Earth-like planet with a lot of interesting things to build a proper base. You can have multiple bases. I think there is a limitation how many pieces of base equipment you can build in the game, but in my main game I have not run out, and I think I have something like 10 bases scattered around different galaxies. So this is a good place to save.